And she says the Constitution is not clear. Constitution is not clear. That would make it void for vagueness. And the Constitution is not vague. It is clear we have a right to address those invested with the powers of government. Their rules say petitioners are presented. Petitions are presented by the petitioners themselves.
I'm approaching the Tennessee House Chief Clerk on behalf of Mr. John Gentry with this petition and statement. Involves a petition of grievances. 1, unconstitutional and void statutes. 2, failure to address grievances. 3, judicial reform. 4, reinstitution of constitutionally guaranteed rights. Signed, Bud Halsey, Tennessee State Representative.
Next order, Mr. Clerk.
Representative Calfee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've been here in the legislature 8 years, and I believe you've come before this committee at least 8 times. And we've talked in my office 1 or more times. What would you suggest that this chamber do to correct these situations?
God bless you for that question, sir. We need to start impeaching judges and send a clear message. Tennessee is the volunteer state, and let Tennessee lead the way, because this corruption of our judiciary is not a Tennessee problem. It is a problem across this country and across this world. And I implore the members to have the courage to abolish this agency and let Tennessee lead the way. That the judiciary has been proven incapable of self-government and self-oversight, and that the legislative houses are going to take back the power of impeachment. And under Article 6, Section 6, judges may be removed by concurrent vote of both houses. But the only way the members are going to know to impeach under Article 5, Section 1, or the only way they're going to know to remove under Article 6, Section 6, is if the members start receiving petitions of remonstrance from their citizens. These rules themselves, proposed by this agency, are repugnant. And for Judge Gay to tender these rules renders him unfit for office. Taken together with his obvious conspiracy with Senator Bell to silence my testimony last hearing on these rules, he should be impeached. I accuse Judge Gay and Senator Bell of federal crime in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 241, conspiracy against rights, and I demand to address the full body in memorial and remonstrance. Representative Hardaway agreed the words of Senator Bell did not ring true, and Representative Daniel shared the same concern. Who among you will file a brief statement with the clerk so that I may address the body? Show of hands. And let the record show that I see no hands.
Chairman Sanderson, you recognize, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Gentry, you heard the testimony or the presentation from the sponsor of the bill, and he contends that this is a bill that we need, and you contend it's not a bill that we need. That puts us in conflict. And so how do we disseminate between what you say and what he says?
You recognize Mr. Gentry.
Well, thank you for asking that, Representative Sanderson. The next point I was going to make is the rules of professional conduct require a lawyer who knows that another lawyer has engaged in misconduct shall report them to the Board of Professional Responsibility. And the same is in Rule 10, Code of Judicial Conduct. A judge that knows of attorney misconduct shall report them to the appropriate authority. So here we have a complete breakdown. We've got an attorney filing a frivolous lawsuit. We've got opposing counsel who is failing to report them for ethical violations, as well as the judge. The whole thing has broken down. If we want to solve frivolous lawsuits, it's not through a slap bill like this. I would encourage, and I would be honored to assist in drafting a bill to properly address this problem. And to do that would be to fine and sanction the attorneys from both sides and the judge who are involved in a frivolous lawsuit that don't report that misconduct to the Judicial Oversight Agency or to the Board of Professional Responsibility. So that's the conflict. Is we need to start enforcing the ethical rules and start to heal our nation of the misconduct that's happening in our courts. We don't need legislation that is duplicative and that is contradictory of existing rules.
Thank you, Mr. Gentry.
What I'm addressing with these facts is this agency is not doing its job. It's in violation of the separation of powers doctrine. They are exercising powers not granted to them, and they're holding a second office of trust that they shouldn't have. And I'm imploring this committee and the House and the Senate that we need to return this power back to the legislature.
Thank you. Thank you. We went a little over, but with the courtesies that he's shown today, I felt like we owed him that. So thank you. Thank you for your participation. All right, now do we have a motion on the bill? Back in session.
Mr. Chairman, without any objection, I'd like to take that
All right.
bill off notice.
Off notice.